Tough guy! Yippee! Back in the wood yard, show you the progress so far. We got 60 IBC totes ready to be filled up. That's what we're working on. Testing out and running that Timberwolf. Not too bad. I'm not saying I'm jumping through a hoop, but it's not too bad. We got a dirt pile started. Maybe we got about 15 more loads of orange dirt coming this week. Oh, it'll be interesting. Well, right. I don't know how many people finding this interesting, but it's growing. We're growing, guys. We're growing. HW Sticks is alive. We got some good stuff coming. Cartoon someday. What we're thinking is we gotta make this place a little bit bigger. Actually, once we start bringing some stuff in here, we're probably gonna clear out some of this up here. Sticks don't want us to too much. We gotta leave some islands here. We're all about preservation. Yeah, I guess you call me a tree hugger. I love trees. I love wildlife. I love being outside. That's where I feel at home. Not sitting on a couch watching poltergeists. Although, I do enjoy that. Patience. Patience in this world nowadays. You gotta have some restraint. You gotta think about other people sometimes. And yourself. You gotta keep yourself doing good too. I planted a bunch of switchgrass last year for sticks, and look, it's coming back up for the deer and the animals. It's popping back up. That's 2-year-old. I don't think it's getting enough sun. I'm not sure. We'll find out. I planted it anyway. Having a tough time with the red dogwood osier. That one's not doing so good. I get them all to pop out leaves, but as soon as I stick them in the ground, that's the wood yard. We ain't cut nothing from up on the hill yet. It's just been a while since you guys been here. We've been in that nightmare of a foundation repair out there in Elmer. About wrap. Well, there's odds and ends, but the nightmare's over. That place is going to be beautiful. Now I'm trying to concentrate on getting some of this wood done. Testing out this equipment. We did a run with the log splitter, first one. Had some mishaps with the machine right off the bat, right out of the gate. Came out of the gate, wheels are spinning, blew a tire.
What it is like?
Where's your hair cream at?
I left it in the shop there up in Terabithia.
Hey, isn't there a bridge? What we've learned on this journey is that dingo, it'll pick up a 3rd cord of oak. The oak trees were dropped 1 year ago. They were left whole. They were bucked in January. And then we just split them over the weekend, Memorial Day weekend. It's green in there still. Okay, the point of that was, it's still heavy. And the dingo, it picked it up. It picked up a 1/3 of a cord, a face cord. That's stacked wood inside them IBC totes about 1 foot above. I'll give them extra, just to make sure. It's like 2 stacks with a stack in the middle. Mummy Chug's over here doing it up.
so our customers get real nice pieces of kindling in the middle there, start their fires. You know what I mean? You can't have all one big size, little pieces, big pieces, all kinds of pieces. Nice and tightly packed.
This was all split with the box wedge. The one thing I just read about that is it creates a lot of waste. The box wedge. It's not forgiving at all. It binds up a lot. I'm just being honest. I'll show you guys, it does. It binds up. And it took us about half an hour to get the box wedge out of the log splitter to put the 6-way on there, because down in the shaft where the, I'll show you, make it simple. This thing goes up and down. That's the 6-way head. It got all jammed up down in here with all kinds of this. What's a dirt monkey say? He say wood is dirt that just ain't got there yet. That's what he says. All wood is dirt that just ain't got there yet. But it got jammed up in there, man. We could not get that thing out. It took forever. All this was all coated down in there. It was just mashed up in there. It came with a pin in the bottom, so it can't go up or down. So I saw the online video, said there ain't no pin in there, you just take it out. That's right from the manufacturer. So I said, oh, when you're splitting, maybe that'll stop the binding. Take the pin out. No. All that did was make the head raise up into the air, and the log pieces were gigantic. They're gigantic. I said, that ain't no good. Ain't no good like that. So you had to pin it in there to make it work. It has to be pinned in your Alpha 6 to work the box wedge. No questions asked. If you ain't pinning it, it ain't working. That's a fact. I did it. Other than that, this machine is a monster. She'll push anything through that box wedge. Any of them hearts where them big splits are, I done split them all up. I'll give you an example. This log got bucked. See, this is why you gotta cut your nipples off.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
That gets in that splitter, it jams that. It's all teeter-tottering. It's all over the place. Ain't no good like that. But this is what I call a heart. This area of the tree where it splits, where they split, it's a giant knot in there. All that wood's intertwined and intermingled, so there's no set path to split. That box wedge, and it'll slice the wood sideways if you want to slice it sideways. It'll literally push that log right through the cutter, and you end up with a bunch of ground up things. But this is what it did a lot of, was see how it tears the wood as opposed to splitting it? It's like cuts it. You can see it. It's on. Yeah, it goes against. It wedges them in there. I don't really like that. I think that'll affect the life of the slicer, or the splitter. Look, here's an example. Like a piece of pie. That don't really, the angle ain't right. The angle ain't right. I'll tell you that now. That's from using it one time. Definitely, I could definitely make something better than that. So I'm trying a 6-way. See how that does. I don't know. I'll have to look at the paperwork. Their paperwork, not mine. I don't got time for that. Fix everybody's mistakes all the time. But conveyor, they're not very forgiving. They kind of got to go straight off each other. I was thinking, my thought was that I'd be able to pivot that 24 like that and dump wood in a couple different locations from one spot for the splitter, the stationary splitter. Nah, ain't gonna work like that. too drastic of angles. Plus this thing's a pain in the butt to move around. Not really a pain in the butt, but you put it there and then basically that's it. There's no way to move it from anywhere other than that end. So I'm really thinking about putting something down this end just so I could drag it, move it around from this side of the machine. From over here, move it from this side of the machine as opposed to just moving it over there. Because what good does it do me if I can only move it from there and I got to put something in its butt? You know what I mean? Can't really go nowhere, you can't. So you kind of got to drop this somewhere and then move this accordingly. And hope that it works for your pile. So that's what your journey is going to be. Is going to be a little tweaking of this, tweaking of that. We're really thinking about getting into the charcoal business because if we do any job with that box wedge, this is what you're going to end up with. 2 entire boobies of this. A lot of waste. We're splitting them smaller ones up. They're a series of, I would say, 2s and 3s. We got a number system here we're working on. This ones are going through the 6-way and a little more personal split. Turned out good. You see what I'm saying about the tearing and everything. There's no tearing. It's actually split. Even when you come in on the hearts. See how that wood faces different directions? They don't like split. But I think they're the best for burning. I'm making bin at just hearts. For all my wood burner boys. You come down, see Mr. Sticks here. Let's tell you something. We got something for everybody. We're not gonna sell you no crap. No BS here, buddy. Just all balls.
Rhythm came alive. Here comes the king. Stand aside. Here comes the king. Here comes the king. Stand aside. Stand aside. His guitar in hand, up front in the band. Here comes the king. 19 years old in Memphis, Tennessee. Sam and son saw something come to be. Here comes the king. Stand aside. Here comes the king. Here comes the king. Stand aside. Stand aside. Shaking his hips and playing his licks. Here comes the king. All right. Still today, 60 years down the road, something about this record is never get old. Here comes the king. Stand aside. Here comes the king. Here comes the king. Stand aside. Stand aside. With guitar in hand, up front in the band. Here comes the king. Stand aside.
people, in conclusion, I think I like the 6-way. Works pretty good. I think I'm gonna like the 4-way even more. I think I'll try that one next, the 4-way. 6-way did good. We wiped down that pile. Mummy Chug stacking boobies. About 20 minutes a tote to fill up. Stacking them in there. About 20 minutes. That's what Chug said. I believe him. And it's our new pile. Maybe about an hour. It's over 6 foot tall. I don't know how wide it is. It's pretty wide. It looks a lot better though. There ain't a whole lot of trash in it. I mean, we still ended up with a good pile. But it don't look nothing like what the box wedge did. Look at the trash in this pile. And that's going through 2 sets of grizzly bars. The grizzly bars on the log splitter. And the grizzly bars at the end. Ain't even put on the fine cleaner yet. But look at the bottom of this pile.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
I don't know if I like that box wedge. I don't know if I like it. Well, there you are. That's the morning out here in the wood yard.
With Turtle Ed and the Mummy Chug. Well, there you have it. Go think of something. Catch you on the next one.
All right, stack it right, stack it tight. Mm-hmm.